Mark Capps. Please come in. How are you doing? Fine, me as well. I apologize, but I have no coffee to offer you.
What's the deal with this story? I mean, what's it got to do with me?
Would you like to meet him?
Who, this guy?
His name is Mark Capps. Your name is Mark Capps. His name is Joe Petefish. He should be here any minute.
He's coming right now?
Yes. Are you angry?
I didn't come here to meet somebody. I came here to be with you. I never told you my story.
He lives alone, like you. It felt right somehow.
I don't know what this guy's going to expect. What do you expect from this?
No, at the very best, not just him.
I expect declarative moments. I expect moments without questions. I expect to be able to fool myself into feeling again.
Hello, Joe Petefish. Please come in. How are you doing? Fine, me as well. I apologize, but I have no coffee to offer you. This is Mark Capps.
Hi. I read your story.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. I liked it. I understand.
Thank you.
You don't have to thank me.
Old habits. What's your story?
I mean, why am I here? Why am I not out there on the streets? Meeting people, shooting for something real, and instead of hiding in this room with Pasty Lyman. Well, I thought that love was the most powerful thing there was. I trusted it like a safety net. It's an addiction. Can you understand that? You need that person around. You feed off of them. And it makes you blind, stupid, and needy. But it's genuine, and it gives you a faith within. For 3 years, I was addicted to Randy. My blindness and complacency were at the world's disposal. I wonder how long it took for him to think the end of it. I was the one that was changed by the relationship. I was the one with the most to lose. He hated the idea of being normal. I think that's why he was attracted to me. I was more normal than he was, greener. So to me, he seemed so full of secrets and knowledge. And he introduced me to a world teeming beneath what I already knew. The truly odd interested him. He seemed fascinated by people who were mysterious or seemed to work in different ways than other people. And these people had their ideologies that Randy would get caught up in. And he would preach to me from time to time, trying to convert me to one belief or another. And I never paid as much attention. What's the point of anything? There are no dreams anymore. There's no such thing as humanity. We have made ourselves into cogs, less than cogs, because we are disposable. When one of us dies, another takes his place. We are just suffering machines. And suffering for what? To create more? The only act of individuality we have left is suicide. And in doing so, we can make a statement. When I go, I want the world to know that life is an anachronism. He had no survival skills. He saw the world as it was, but he couldn't accept it and go on. It seemed too much of a tragedy to him that the world was not all it was supposed to be. He had no foundation for continuing. I watched him slip away, slowly. At night, I would lie next to him and whisper, I love you. I love you. Please don't leave me. The next weekend, I found myself tied up in a hotel room. I'd been chloroformed and kidnapped. I guess Randy planned it that way all along. Blaze of artificial light, muffled voices, some sort of chant. There was no furniture. The walls were lined with people. And they all had masks on. Some of them were leather, and some of them were the Halloween kind. The man with the video camera seemed to be in charge. The door opened. Two men entered. One of them had a mask on like the others, and the other was wearing a monk's cowl. The man pushed the monk into a crouching position in the center of the room, and he began to tug at the head until the robe came off. He was dressed only in his underwear. Slowly he raised his head. It was Randy. He was smiling. Several circles had been drawn on his body in blue ink. The man threw the robe into a corner and moved back in front of Randy. And then a woman came out from the walls, and she had a tray with several large rings on it. She held them out while the man put them on. There was a silence. And then the man began to punch Randy. He circled around him, punching him in the several circles of his body. Randy just stood there with only the slightest of wrinkles, staring at me, a half smile carved in his face. I dreamed of saving Randy, of escaping. Well, I knew he didn't want to be saved, so that left only me. I was weak from the drugs, and I passed out from the effort of trying to get out of my ropes. I was surprised to wake up at all, much less at home. At first, I thought the whole thing had been a dream. Then I saw a videotape on top of the television with "Life is an anachronism" written on it in Randy's handwriting. That was 2 years ago. It's only been in the last month that I've even been capable of lust. Pasty is someone who doesn't question my motives. We have an understanding.
I would have never let it happen.
How would you have stopped it?
I would have listened to him, taken him seriously. I would have shown him that there are things in this world that have a value that cannot be diminished. I would have filled him with the faith that keeps me going.
What a crock of shit! You weren't there. You can't blame me.
No, I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying that there's a lesson to be learned here. He was reaching out for help and you blew him off.
Fuck you! You don't know shit. You didn't know him. You don't know me. Falling in love with someone you've never even met before? What the hell can you tell me about other people?
We would have been one man. We would be equally inside each other, filling out the flesh of each other, of one mind, cushioning each other from the world outside of our body. Take turns blessing breath and giving it to each other. Nothing. I know nothing.
That's right. Send me a postcard when you do.